Hello, hello. How are we doing tonight? Small crowd. How you doing, Chip? Hopefully all is well. We're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be a pretty simple outlook. Honestly, we're nearing that time, right, in summer where it's just doing its thing and it is trending. And then we get a week of consolidation for a week of aggressive trending. So we just had our week of consolidation and then we've had a beautiful reversal for continuation, right? What I mean by this is here, let me first start off by showing my screen to the Discord. There it is. What I mean by this is we've had our week of consolidation and then we've had our reversal for continuation, right? With our SMT, this is all stuff that we discussed last week to showcase a beautiful expansion higher. On NASDAQ, very clear directional bias. We are trading above previous month high, expanded aggressively, previous week's high as well, or the previous week. Of course, now for this week, will definitely be interesting to see how we interact with this level, which will be previous week high upon the new week opening. But what am I seeing? I'm seeing very bullish price action. And of course, ES is a little weaker, right? We saw this with the SMT that was formed last week and it having a little harder time to go up. But the important thing to notice is even though it's a little bit slower and a little less aggressive, it is still doing that same move, right? It is still doing the move that we are looking for, which in this case is going higher. So what do I want to see for next week? The same exact continuation. And if we look in terms of news events, right, this is what the announcement was, how the announcement was shared, right? We have very simple news this week. A lot on Forex Factory, it's a lot of orange folder news. The only red folder we have is on Thursday, which is PMI and unemployment claims. But for me, the existing home sales is also high impact news, and durable goods. Whenever those news happens, we tend to see a very trending day. So that's what I'd like to see. So I will definitely be looking to trade every single day except for Monday. Best case scenario with those types of news is I would expect, since Monday has no news, I'm going to expect more so of a small range day, perhaps going counter trend. And I'd like to see a reversal on Tuesday, going into Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday retracement. So I want to see a classic framework, right? And in case you guys are wondering, okay, well, he wants to see that, but why and how? Well, it's all based on news. I understand that right now in the market, I want to see expansion to the upside, right? We are showing that we are breaking new highs. We are definitely in a bullish trend, and I want to see that trend continue. So now taking into account that we have news on every day after Monday for the rest of the week, I want to see Monday do the bullshit, which is the best way I can frame it. And then I want to see our news cause expansion to the upside, right? With, of course, every single day. This is something that we could see, for example, Monday consolidate. If Monday consolidates, I'm going to expect Tuesday to be actually the day that goes down, and then Wednesday be the reversal. But I'm framing all of this narrative around news events. And that's how I personally like to interact with the markets. And now seeing our liquidity levels, we could see a very nice opening anywhere near, right? I don't want to see price gap 500 handles, but if we open within this candle, I'll be very happy to see price open, as we said, retrace into this nearby fair value gap, which is not a requirement, but this is something I would expect after forming such an inefficiency, right? So I'll be looking at this, and that will be my whole framework for the week, to be honest. Just like last week, I will be working outside of trading. So because of that, I will only be trading the first hour of every day. I might be able to squeeze something in during lunch, but to be honest with you guys, I don't want to be like somewhere else. I'm not on my setup. I'm going to be trading like on my phone, my personal account. Like that's not something I personally want to do. That is not how I am concentrating when trading, right? So I'll be doing some construction work at the family business for the next week. So because of that, 9:30 to 10/10:30 is when I can place positions. I still manage them throughout the day. So for example, if I'm holding a runner, what I always do is I set alerts on my charts. In case you guys didn't know, you can go anywhere on TradingView, just right click is how I like to do it. It's easier that way. Add an alert, and this sends me, as you can see here, it notifies me in the app. I see a notification. I can also set an email, webhooks. Webhooks are very simple, pretty much. You can use them through Discord if that's something you want. Definitely something I should set up in the Discord. But you get everything that you want from here. So very nice thing that they have in TradingView to set up alerts. And then when I'm near a take profit, I know I have to open my phone, right? So just because of this, I'm only going to be looking for very early trades. Now, for the days that have 10 a.m. news, and by this, I am specifically speaking about Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Those are the days that I'd like to trade after the 10 a.m. news. I'm not going to have a lot of time, right? I'm going to have 15, 30 minutes to look for a trade. So I might miss a lot of trades this week. I do want to let you guys know, but every single trade, as always, will be reviewed during price action reviews this week. I was not considering doing any on Tuesday and Wednesday, was just going to do Thursday and perhaps Friday. But here, you know what? When we have news packed like this, I always say, let's do at least 3. So let's do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then if nothing important happens on Friday and I don't really trade it, a little bit like last week, right? I didn't even trade on Friday. Then we won't do a price action review. I don't want to comment about days where I didn't even look at the charts live. So we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for price action reviews, and maybe Friday. That will be something that we'll decide on Thursday night and Friday morning. Do we have any questions? I feel like it's a pretty simple outlook, just looking for trend continuation, and our news clearly dictate what kind of weekly profile we want to see. Pretty straightforward, right? Hell. Once again, just using the same exact cost tips as I always use. I look at the trend, premium and discount, and I use the news to frame my intra-week narrative. Hell. Seeing you typing, probably random. Going to give you a sec, see if you're typing a question, because I'd be glad to answer it. But if not, it's going to be like every customary outlook. Yeah, no questions, all good and in line with my thoughts for the week ahead. Here's to some great trading. Very well said. I'm glad we align. That's always awesome, right? It's nice to have contradicting views sometimes, but the truth is the simplest idea is usually the right idea. That's how I like to look at things, and that's what has gotten me this level of consistency. I don't look to catch the exact, beautiful, perfect reversal on a 15-second chart. I just look to trade the trend, and that's usually what happens the most often. Here's to some great trading. Love that phrase. Good luck in your trading this week, guys, and we'll see each other back on Tuesday night for our first price action review of the week. Have a great one, guys.